yesterday, if I may say so, after trading very erratically, we still managed to pull through. But then you can see that that doesn't seem to be sustained this morning. What was going on here, and what are the markets really digesting after that disappointing print?
Okay, Danny, for one, you have to monitor first the volume. Yesterday, yeah, we were able to escape a downturn in the market in spite of U.S. markets falling, and in spite of the bad news on our GDP for growth rate or contraction for the first quarter. I think right now, the investors are more looking at number one, COVID-19 cases, the progress on the vaccination. Although right now we're in the midst of first quarter earnings results, mixed results so far. But I think as far as the market is concerned, it will continue to be directionless and just hovering at a very narrow range between 6,200 to around 6,400, 6,500, until probably we can see a more definite direction in terms of sentiment improving as vaccine supply will start coming in. It's really that more than in GDP.
Mike, are the caseload still being reflected in the market movement? Because we have seen lowering cases in the past few days, and the
Mm.
Octa even says that this will be moving forward better, and there's some recommendations already for GCQ by May 15. Is this going to be cause for some optimism, at least in the short term?
Well, definitely easing of quarantine measures will improve sentiment of investors. It's really more the cases being highly correlated to more easing of quarantine measures. I believe yesterday's low figure was brought about by there were several laboratories who weren't able to submit. So it's usually artificially lower on Tuesdays, but I think then again, having said that, it's really more on the capacity of hospitals, and I think that's the main driver of quarantine measures. Particularly, we're monitoring active cases more than the daily case counts. It's really more in the active cases, and good thing to note is active cases have been declining on a daily basis, so that's good news. If the government decides to ease quarantine measures by the mid of this month, then definitely it would improve market sentiment. And I think if you recall, prior to the end of the first quarter, we were supposed to go to a more relaxed quarantine measure than GCQ until the cases started to spike again. And that has brought about a lot of optimism on markets until the government decided to really pull the trigger again and bring us back to stricter lockdown.